lightened his profile for a second. I'll have you know I've been a full-time dad for well over a month, and Maggie isn't dead yet. I clearly have mad parenting skills. The smile faded. Right, but... Harry... I put my hand on his shoulder. Don't borrow trouble, I said. There's plenty of that going around without looking for more of it. She needs taking care of, so whatever needs to happen, we'll do it. He stared at me for a silent moment and nodded once. Meanwhile, I said, you should probably focus on taking care of yourself so you can be there for her. I'm fine, he said, waving one hand. You don't look fine. That made him jerk his head toward me and glare. The expression changed him. Suddenly, he looked less like a human being and more like something carved from marble. Angry marble. I felt my shoulders tense up in the presence of a creature I knew was genuinely dangerous. He glared at me, but he had to look up to do it. My older brother is right around 6 feet tall, but I'm 6'9". Usually I have a commanding advantage when looking down at him. Today I had less than usual since I was standing in a depression in the sand. His voice was cool. Leave it, Harry. If I don't, I asked, are you going to punch me? He scowled at me. Because you know I'm all Captain Winter now. Might not go the way you assume it would. He sneered. Please, I'd hog-tie you with your entrails. I squinted at him. Then I spoke carefully and slowly. If you don't take care of yourself and act like a sane person, I said, maybe we'll find out. He scowled and started to speak, his expression darkening. No, I said simply. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to go into an emo vampire angst spiral over this. Because that's selfish, and you can't afford to think that way. Not anymore. He stared at me for a while, his expression furious, then thoughtful, then disturbed. Waves rolled in on the beach. I have to think of them, he said. Good man would, I said. His gray eyes stared out at the lake. Everything is going to change, he said. Yeah. I'm scared, he said. Yeah. Something in his body language relaxed, and suddenly he was just my brother again. I'm sorry, he said, that I got edgy. I don't like to talk vampire stuff with you. You'd rather pretend we were just normal brothers with normal problems, I said. Wouldn't you? He asked. I squinted down at my feet for a while. Maybe, but you can't ignore things that are real just because they're uncomfortable. I'll sit on you and make you take care of yourself if I have to, but it's probably better for them if you do it. He nodded. Probably. I have a solution in mind, he said. I'll work on it. Good enough? I raised both of my hands, palms out. I'm not your dad, I said. Then it was my turn to frown. Your dad's side of the family is going to be an issue? When aren't they an issue? I said. Silence stretched. Over the lake, the sky began to swell with the first faint band of deep orange. It had already gotten to the skyscrapers behind us. The light moved steadily down the building's sides. Sometimes, Thomas said, I hate what I am. I hate being me. Maybe it's time to work on that, I said to him. Isn't really the kind of thing you want to teach to a little kid. He glowered at me, then he said, When the hell did you get deep? Through experience, wisdom I have earned, I said in Yoda's voice. But it tickled my throat weirdly and made me start coughing. I dealt with that for longer than I should have needed to and was straightening up again when Thomas said, his tone suddenly tighter, Harry. I looked up to see a young man approaching us. Carlos Ramirez was of average...